Have you ever felt like the world is crumbling around you, but somehow you're being pulled higher? You've crossed the divine threshold, where God's voice can no longer be ignored. The decision to engage with this message wasn't accidental. It was a command from the heavens. God's patience has worn thin, and his anger is palpable. This message is not just a warning, it's a divine decree. You are the chosen one, and God's resolve to elevate you is unwavering. You have fought battles unseen, where the fiercest opposition is not from a known enemy, but from the shadows that surround you. Each step you've taken toward greatness has been met with a silence so deafening it could shatter the strongest spirit. Yet you persist. You've moved mountains that others can barely comprehend, but instead of applause, there's an unsettling stillness. It's as if the universe itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to give. You stand victorious, yet the world refuses to kneel before your accomplishments. The weight of your success is colossal, and its very gravity seems to distort the reality around you, warping the perceptions of those too blind to see. Their eyes, glazed over with envy, fail to reflect the brilliance you radiate. You are a star in a sky of shadows, burning with an intensity that they cannot comprehend, much less acknowledge. The darkness that surrounds you is not just an absence of light, but a deliberate, malevolent force. It is the manifestation of every unspoken word, every missed opportunity for recognition. It wraps around you like a cloak, heavy with the burden of your unrecognized brilliance. But you, with your divine strength, wear it not as a shroud, but as armor. Each slight, each cold shoulder is a link in the chainmail that protects you from the venomous darts of jealousy and spite. As you walk through this silence, you feel the air grow dense, almost as if it's alive with the whispers of those who wish to see you falter. Yet their words are powerless against you. The energy they direct toward you, born from their own insecurities, cannot breach the sacred shield that encases your spirit. It hovers close, swirling like a storm that can never touch the ground, a futile display of their hidden malice. Your success is a beacon, a light so blinding that it exposes the true nature of those around you. They are rendered powerless in its glow, unable to hide their envy, their desire to see you fall. But you are unyielding, standing tall as their shadows stretch long and thin, unable to touch you. In their silence, they betray themselves, revealing the truth they cannot speak. You are beyond their reach, a force too great for them to comprehend. And so, they retreat into the darkness, leaving you in the brilliance of your solitary triumph. You've sensed it, the creeping dread that lingers in the air, a fear that clings to you like a second skin. This isn't the product of a fragile mind, it's a testament to the magnitude of your destiny. Every step you take seems to echo with an unnatural weight, as if the very ground beneath you knows who you are and what you're meant to accomplish. The fear you feel is the world's response to your power, a visceral reaction to the force you carry within you. As you navigate through life, you notice how the shadows seem to reach for you, stretching and bending in unnatural ways. This is not a mere play of light, it's the darkness recognizing the threat you pose. You walk down a street, and the air grows thick with a tension you can almost taste. The silence isn't just an absence of noise, it's the universe holding its breath, aware that your presence alone could shatter the fragile balance it's trying to maintain. This fear is not yours, it belongs to the world around you. The universe quakes in the presence of your light, a light so intense that it threatens to burn away every hidden corner of darkness. The shadows that seem to loom larger as you pass are the remnants of malevolent spirits, aware of the divine energy that radiates from you. They stretch out, attempting to ensnare you, to pull you into their abyss, but they cannot touch you. Your light is too pure, too fierce, and they are left recoiling, powerless against your strength. You feel the eyes upon you, the unseen gazes of those who would prefer you remain in the shadows. But they cannot suppress the power that you wield, a force that pulses with the rhythm of the divine. The fear that courses through your veins is not a warning to retreat, but a signal to press forward. It is the world acknowledging that you are not like the others, that you carry within you the seed of something greater, something that must be guarded, even feared. The world trembles, because it knows that once you fully realize this power, there will be no stopping you. The fear that stalks you is the last desperate attempt of darkness to keep you from your rightful place. But you are destined to rise, and nothing, not even the shadows themselves, can hold you back. The earth groans under the weight of God's anger, manifesting in natural disasters that defy comprehension, in political upheavals that shake the very foundations of society, in the breakdown of every system humanity has placed its faith in. These aren't mere coincidences, they are the direct result of divine judgment, a world reshaped by the hand of God Himself to elevate you, His chosen one. You've been prepared for this moment, forged in the fires of exile and rejection, and now, as the old world falls apart, your time has come. Years ago you were cast out, branded a heretic for your beliefs that challenged the comfort of ignorance. You warned of this coming reckoning, spoke truths that cut through the lies, and for this you were shunned. Friends, family, community, all turned their backs on you, leaving you to wander in solitude. But now, as cities are swallowed by floods, as forests are reduced to ashes by relentless fires, as the earth splits open in rage, those who cast you out begin to see. Their desperate cries echo in the void, a symphony of regret and fear as they scramble to find you, the one they once discarded. They seek you now, not out of love or respect, but out of sheer desperation, knowing that your words, once dismissed, hold the key to their survival. The dramatic tension builds as you stand at the crossroads, the power of your choice reverberating through the cosmos. Will you extend your hand in mercy, guiding them through the darkness they once refused to see, or will you turn away, leaving them to face the divine wrath alone, as they once left you to bear the weight of truth in isolation? The world seems to hold its breath as you contemplate your decision. A divine stillness settles over everything, the air thickening with the presence of unseen forces, waiting, watching. You know that this choice is not just about them, but about you, about your role in the grand design that is now unfolding. Whether you choose mercy or justice, you understand that this moment has been written in the stars, that your path has been divinely guided from the beginning. The power in your hands is both a burden and a blessing, and whatever you decide, it will echo through eternity. You felt it your entire life, the relentless oppression, the subtle and overt attempts to snuff out your brilliance. Those around you, driven by envy and insecurity, have tried to steal your joy, take credit for your achievements, and keep you hidden in the shadows. But God has witnessed every slight, every injustice, and He has reached His limit. The time for reckoning is now, and the battle lines have been drawn. You find yourself at a family gathering, the kind where tensions simmer beneath forced smiles. Your cousin, always the golden child, basks in the family's adoration as they announce their latest triumph. The room is warm with praise, every word dripping with approval. But when you dare to speak of your own success, the temperature shifts. Conversations that once flowed freely now stutter and stop. Eyes that once sparkled with interest now dart away. The air thickens with the weight of unspoken envy, as if your mere presence threatens the fragile balance they've constructed. They've tried to keep you in the dark, to silence your voice, but the divine plan is in motion, and nothing can hold back the light that God has reserved for you. As you speak, the room seems to dim, as though the very walls are conspiring to mute your words. But then something extraordinary happens. A beam of light, unseen by others but unmistakable to you, cuts through the darkness and rests upon you. It's as if the heavens themselves are acknowledging your worth, casting aside the shadows that have clung to you for so long. This light, sharp and undeniable, is a sign, a declaration that your time has arrived. The others may not see it, but they feel it. The shift in the atmosphere, the subtle yet powerful energy that now surrounds you, cannot be ignored. They sense deep down that the balance of power has changed, that the one they sought to keep in obscurity has been chosen for something far greater. And though they may continue to resist, to try to dim your light, they are fighting a losing battle. For you are no longer just a participant in this hidden war. You are the victor, ordained by God Himself to rise above the wickedness that has sought to bring you down. Your light, once dimmed by the oppression of others, now shines with a divine brilliance that cannot be denied. And as the beam of light narrows its focus, illuminating you alone in the gathering darkness, it is clear. Your time has come, and no force on earth can hold you back. God's wrath is as real as the air you breathe, and it's poised to descend with a force that will shatter the illusions of those who dare to wrong you. This isn't just divine retribution, it's the unfolding of a promise made to you, a sacred vow that while they suffer the consequences of their actions, you will ascend to heights they can scarcely comprehend. The scales are tipping, and the weight of their sins is about to crush them beneath the very ground you walk upon. You've seen it unfold before your eyes. The one who brought you the most anguish, suddenly stricken by a mysterious illness that no doctor can decipher. It's as if their very life force is being drained, drop by agonizing drop, and they are left grasping for something they can no longer hold on to. They reach out to you, their pride shattered, begging for the mercy they never extended to you. And in that instant, the truth is laid bare. Their suffering is not just of the flesh, but of the spirit. Their torment is the echo of every wound they inflicted upon you, now turned inward, devouring them from the inside out. God's word is true, and His justice is exacting. The very person who sought to diminish you has been reduced to nothing more than a footstool, just as He promised. You stand over them, not in cruelty, but in the quiet power of knowing that this is the fulfillment of divine will. They who once walked with their heads held high, now bow before you, the weight of their sins dragging them down. And as they attempt to plead their case, their voice falters, choked by an invisible force that tightens around their throat with every syllable. You witness a shadow pass over their face, a flicker of the darkness that has been festering within them all along. This is not just a physical ailment, it is the manifestation of the darkness that consumed their soul. God's justice is not slow, nor is it uncertain. It is swift, unrelenting, and absolute. The very forces they wielded against you have turned against them, revealing the emptiness of their power and the fullness of yours. You stand elevated, untouched by the chaos that now engulfs them. This is your time to rise, and no earthly or spiritual force can stand in your way. You've known the sting of solitude, the kind that cuts deep, leaving you questioning your place in the world. But this isn't the loneliness of abandonment, it's the solitude of the chosen, a divine design meant to shield you from the corrosive influence of the wicked. God has set you apart, not as a punishment, but as a safeguard, ensuring that your light remains untarnished, your energy untainted by those who would seek to drain it. The silence that surrounds you is not an emptiness, but a sacred space, a fortress built by divine hands to keep you protected, pure, and powerful. There are moments when you try to break free from this isolation, yearning for connection in a world that feels so distant. You accept an invitation to a gathering, hoping to find some semblance of belonging. But as soon as you cross the threshold, the atmosphere turns heavy, oppressive. The laughter that echoes around you lacks warmth, the conversations buzz with triviality. It's as if you've entered a realm where everything is superficial, where your depth and purpose have no place. You feel the walls closing in, the air thick with a suffocating energy that seeks to pull you down to their level. Then, the realization strikes like lightning. God doesn't want you here. This isn't your world, it never was. You turn to leave, and the moment you step outside, it's as if the very universe exhales. The air becomes lighter, the weight on your shoulders lifts, and your spirit, which had been caged, soars once more. You understand now that your isolation is a blessing, a divine intervention to keep you on the path that few can walk. As you walk away from the noise and the emptiness, the night sky above seems to respond to your awakening. The stars shine with an intensity you've never noticed before, aligning in a pattern that guides your every step. They are God's silent messengers, reminding you that you are never truly alone. Even in the darkest of nights, His angels walk beside you, their presence subtle yet powerful, protecting you, guiding you, ensuring that you stay true to the path of the chosen. This solitude is your sanctuary, the place where your spirit can commune with the divine without interference. It is here in this sacred silence that you are most powerful, most connected to the forces that shape your destiny. God's design is flawless, and in your solitude you find the strength to fulfill the purpose that only you, among all others, have been chosen to carry out. God is about to lift you into a realm of power and influence that you never thought possible. This is not just an opportunity, it's a divine mandate. The old structures, the barriers that have held you back, are being torn down by His mighty hand, all to make room for you. The world you've known is shifting, crumbling, as the foundations of a new reality are laid beneath your feet. This is your time to rise, not by human effort, but by the will of God, who has chosen this moment to elevate you. You've applied for a job, a position that seems far beyond your current reach, one that others might see as unattainable. Days go by without a word, and doubt begins to creep in. But then, out of the blue, your phone rings. The voice on the other end is almost trembling, confessing that someone greater than themselves has compelled them to choose you. It's as if they had no choice, as if their hand was guided by a force they couldn't explain. This is not luck, nor is it coincidence. This is God's hand, moving the pieces of your life into perfect alignment, lifting you to a height that defies human logic. As you accept the offer, a warmth floods your being, a sensation that transcends mere emotion. It's as though 1,000 unseen hands are lifting you, carrying you to a new level that only God could have prepared for you. You feel it in your soul. This is no ordinary promotion. This is a divine elevation, a calling that has been set aside for you and you alone. Every obstacle, every setback you faced was merely preparation for this moment. You weren't just being tested, you were being forged, molded into the vessel that could contain the blessings that are now pouring into your life. Your elevation is not just about career advancement. It's about stepping into the role that God has ordained for you. The world may not understand, and those around you may be left in awe or confusion, but you know the truth. This is your destiny unfolding, a path that was written in the heavens long before you ever walked the earth. God is lifting you higher, not just for your sake, but for His glory. You are being placed in a position where your influence will ripple through the lives of others, where your light will shine so brightly that it will illuminate the darkness around you. This is your new level, ordained by the Creator Himself. Accept it with the confidence of one who knows they are chosen, for you are no longer bound by the limitations of the past. You are being elevated, and nothing in this world can stop the rise that God has decreed for you. You stand on the brink of a new dawn, where survival is no longer your story. Thriving is. The chaos that grips the world around you cannot touch the divine protection that surrounds you. You've been guided, shaped, and now you're poised to ascend to a level that exceeds even your most audacious dreams. This is not just a moment. It's the beginning of an era where your light will shine brighter than ever before, illuminating paths that were once cloaked in shadow. Now is the time to embrace your elevation, to step fully into the power and purpose that God has set before you. The world may tremble, but you will stand firm, for you are not just a survivor. You are a thriver, destined to rise above the turmoil. You are God's chosen vessel, crafted for this very moment, and nothing can hold you back from the greatness that is now within your grasp. Declare your elevation. In the comments below, speak the elevation you desire into existence, and watch as God moves mountains to make it happen. Your story is one of triumph, and your time to rise has arrived. Let your voice be heard, for in your words lies the power to manifest the destiny that has been waiting for you all along. Your era has begun. Now claim it.